Welcome back, guys. CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So, there's new altcoins that's coming to Coinbase, at least Coinbase Pro, and soon after that, Coinbase. So, tonight I want to talk about these crypto, whether or not they're any good. I'm going to explain a little bit what they are, what they're doing, should you be investing in them. Well, that's what tonight's stream is all about. So, thanks for tuning in. As always, smash up the like, subscribe to the channel if you are new to streams every day, 11:30, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure you hit that notification bell. Also follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, especially Instagram. All right, guys, good evening for those of you guys in the U.S. Very good, very late or early morning if you're in Europe. So let's do this. Let me change my screen. And, oh, that didn't work, so I better change it. There we go. I don't know why. That's an error. Fixed. Okay, so Bitcoin is roughly around the same point as this morning, 56,400. I think earlier this morning I was streaming about 56.5 or 6 or something. So it's kind of hovering around here. Hasn't climbed all the way back yet, but like I said, do not be panicking. Do not be panic selling. I'll talk about Luxo or Luxo during Q&A. You know what? Let the whales do what they do, right? And that is right now what they're doing is killing the longs. Anyone that's leveraging longs, they're getting killed. That's exactly what they're doing. And they're taking advantage of that and making profit from it. So that's why I've been so adamant about just don't play with leverage. If you want to day trade, fine. If you think you outsmart the market, fine. Don't bring leverage into it, because once you get liquidated, that's it. No more. And then it causes you to want to make that back and make riskier moves. Trust me, I know it always happens. So don't do it right now. Have a diversified portfolio. Try to gain on Bitcoin, right? That's the best thing you can hope for. And when things come up, then you'll be rewarded. So right now, Bitcoin hovering. I know yesterday I did a big video about this massive signal that shows that a large amount of Bitcoin left from the exchanges. That's usually a pump signal. Well, half of it turned out to be from Binance, but half of it is still there. So, and that still has not been announced. So that could be coming right around the corner. Of course, I've been talking about April being a very bullish month for Bitcoin traditionally. So we still have a lot of time to go. All right, but let's get down to business. What happened today? Well, this came out, I think, right after my stream or during my stream. I don't know. I wasn't able to cover it. But Coinbase all of a sudden decided to list 4 more tokens. And you know what? I think these are actually all pretty good. With the exception of one, I wouldn't say it's not good. It's just that I think it's a little far-fetching. But still, you have 1inch, which is a DEX aggregator. You have Enjin coin, which is an NFT marketplace, among other things. You have NKN, which is trying to come out with a new internet based on a new protocol. And then you have an Origin token, which is, or Origin protocol, which is trying to come out with decentralized marketplaces. And they're also involved with NFTs. So these 4 were added. So right now, Coinbase, what they always do is they allow you to deposit. So you can deposit for liquidity. And then starting Friday, in 2 days from now, then trading opens up on Coinbase Pro at least. And later on, I don't know what the schedule is. Before it was like 2 weeks. After getting on Coinbase Pro, then they added the Coinbase. I don't know if they still follow that or not. But yeah, soon after that should be Coinbase. Okay, so why is Coinbase doing this? Well, let's not forget, number one, they will be going public pretty soon. And they are trying. They are trying very, very, very hard to give themselves as much credibility as they can right now, you know, to entice the buyers. They're doing a direct launch IPO, a direct sale, excuse me. So that means it could be wild. There's no set price. Unlike a lot of IPOs where you go, okay, we're going to sell that at $60. And they're going to go up and down. This one is just based on market value. And seeing how hot Bitcoin is right now, And Coinbase just announced their Q1 numbers, which is spectacular, right? Who knows? Very first day, the Coinbase share could just skyrocket. So they're doing what they can to make themselves look really, really, really good right now, which is why I think there could be more listings because there's still about a week left. Who knows? Maybe beginning of next week to go list some more coins, right? The more, the merrier. And also with the Coinbase effect, and we'll talk about it, there's a lot of people that are predicting that these 4 coins could go up a staggering 91% within the next week. Because if you take an average of all the previous listings, they have gone up 91%. Obviously, like Cardano, it didn't happen. Cardano's just too big to go up 91% within 5 days. But some of these smaller ones, they definitely have the potential. All right, so let's start with the most stable one, the one that didn't get pumped up the most, and that is Enjin. And I've been a big supporter of Enjin for a very, very, very long time. They have so much things going for them, but first and foremost, they're an NFT play. They're an NFT play. They have been in it for so long. Ever since 2017, they were in NFTs. It's just no one paid attention. No one cared. But they were always about NFTs, creating gaming items and so forth. And they're still about that. But they have really evolved. They have a lot of things. They have a universal wallet. They have a new standard for NFTs. And their wallet can also store NFTs. And they're involved with a lot of games. And not only that, you know what? Look at this. Where's this thing? They're also coming out with JumpNet, which is their layer 2 solution because they were built on Ethereum. But with that, they can transfer ERC20 and this 1155 token, which is created for NFTs. And then also they're coming out with their new chain, Infinity. Infinity, you know what, is going to be a parachain. It's going to be within the Polkadot ecosystem. And they raised large amounts of money for that too. And that is also coming. So you can see there's a lot of things to love about Enjin. And plus, remember the Keystore wallet that Samsung has? That was created in collaboration with Enjin. So technically they have a partnership with Samsung too. And who knows where that's going to go, right? So Enjin has a lot of things going for them. And that's why I've supported him for quite a long time. And obviously this kind of pump also doesn't hurt. When you go from basically the beginning of March, you go from about 50 cents to where it is now. They were at $3, I believe, not too long ago, or close to it. I mean, that's a 600% gain within, very short amount of time, right? So they definitely have been going up quite a bit. And today, obviously, with today's Coinbase announcement, they have gone up another 16%. But still, relatively speaking, they're still not back to their all-time high yet. They were much higher. And NFTs overall have kind of stabled out a little bit, right? A lot of you guys complaining about NFTs. They're not coming out. Enjin was one of them. They got a good boost. And maybe this will jumpstart them. Remember, based on the article I just showed you, 91% gain over 5 days. Maybe it's going to come. Maybe. Or maybe not. Or maybe it's going to jumpstart Enjin along with all the other NFT plays too. Because there's another one that's an NFT play. So that's number one, Enjin. I hold it. I highly recommend everyone to look at this as one of the ones to hold in their mid cap, 50, 25, 25, at 25%. I think Enjin definitely belongs in there. All right, so that's number one. Number two, 1 inch. And they didn't go up as much. But still, 12%, you can't complain about 12% gain, especially today when there's Bitcoin weakness. So 1 inch is very easy. It's a DEX aggregator. They don't compete with Uniswap or SushiSwap or any other swap or AMMs. There's this misconception that they do compete with them. No, they work with all of them. They just make it very, very easy so that you don't have to utilize the other AMMs because they aggregate the liquidity pools from all of them. And basically, you know what? It just finds the best or the cheapest or less slippage, I should say, when you're trading utilizing this DEX. And it's that simple, right? It works like all the other DEXs. This is the available available tokens. Basically, anything that you can find on Uniswap or SushiSwap, you'll be able to find it here. It's actually pretty simple. And then you just connect your wallet and away you go. Now, 1inch have done something smart because they know Ethereum is an issue, right? So they have integrated with Binance Smart Chain. You can see right on top. You could click Binance, right? Now you're in Binance Smart Chain. And the estimated fee is ridiculously low, 83 cents. Versus, I'm just curious, what was the fee for Ethereum? $34. It's a big difference. $34 or 83 cents. So, that is why everyone is moving to Binance Smart Chain. But they did something very smart there. And this reminds me because I did an interview with Alexei of Orion Protocol. And they also have the same thing too. And it reminds me a lot of it. But yeah, that's essentially what 1inch is. I mean, they work with all the AMMs, and they just find less slippage for you in terms of the prices between the liquidity pools and so forth. Very easy to use. So that's number 2. All right, what's up? Next is Enjin Protocol, not to be confused with Orion Protocol. They sound very similar. Even myself, I get confused, but they're up a staggering 43% today. So they're getting very, very close. But you know what? Those of you guys that's been listening to me know that this is a project that I also support. So if you've been holding on to it, congratulations. You're up 43% today. So what is Enjin Protocol? Well, they're about creating decentralized marketplaces. So if you want to create the next decentralized Spotify, that's what they're doing. They help you do that, and you can even see it in this promo video. You could create a marketplace for selling cars, for selling NFTs, whatever you wanted to, right? But they're also helping creators sell their NFTs. So that's why they picked up recently, because they took one of their, their model, and then they kind of flipped it to NFTs. So because of that, they've been gaining a lot of attention, right? And if you look at Enjin Protocol, I think their founders are pretty smart guys, and the overall premise, I think it's pretty good. I always say I look for decentralized versions of what exists already, and Shopify is definitely the biggest when it comes to coming out with their own store. So I think this is a pretty good idea overall, right? And obviously getting a Coinbase effect today and up 44%. So not too shabby. Even with this pump, they're at $1 billion or less than $1 billion. So can they go up more? Sure. There's plenty of room to grow. All right. The last one is the most complicated one, and they have gone up the most because they have the smallest market cap, and that is NKN. And they've been around for a long time. I remember covering them back in the day. And when I say back in the day, 2 years ago, not like 20 years ago. They've gone up 52%, and their market cap, even with that pump, is around 476 million. And the reason why I think this project did not catch on, and why I said I'm neutral on this one, is because they're trying to come out with a decentralized internet. They do not like TCP/IP, which is the protocol that powers the internet. They want to do their own thing. They want to create a new peer-to-peer internet based on their protocol, and basically the miners are helping them do that, right? And according to this, they already have 70,000 nodes spread across the world, right? And then with this, they're creating just giant peer-to-peer network, which, I mean, it's very, very, very. Yeah, why? You guys need to stop it. You guys need to stop like spamming the hell out of BTT. But yeah, see, this is the project that I'm hesitant on because I think it's too encompassing. Like, to try to overthrow TCP/IP and overthrow the current internet, man, that's a big task. That's a very, very, very big task. So that's why I've always been like, I don't know about this project. But here's the thing. I remember this from back in 2017. One of the advisors is the creator of some kind of cryptography. Like someone that's really, really, really smart. Here we go. Yes, in March, Whitfield Diffie, inventor of public key cryptography, joined in as advisor. I remember when that happened. So this, like the guy who literally invented portions of cryptography has joined this project as advisor, which is pretty big. Right? But the thing is, I still don't know. This is a very, very, very big endeavor. Remember, those of you guys remember the old project, Substratum? They were kind of doing this too. But Substratum was kind of, bypassing firewalls and stuff. That was their main thing, like VPNs everywhere. But this is like replacing everything. So this is a very, very monumental task. I don't know if they could do it, but regardless, they pulled some strings and they got added to Coinbase. So now they're up a staggering 53%. So can they keep going? Maybe because they're a small cap. I mean, they're still under 500 million, so they can definitely continue higher, right? All right, so that's it. That's it for these four. So I've covered Enjin, which I really, really, really love, and I think they have a lot of potential with what they're doing. Of course, then you have 1inch, which is a DEX aggregator. I mean, it serves a purpose, but it's not that. I don't know what else they could do with that. Then maybe they could go beyond DEXs and aggregate other things, and that's exactly what Orion Protocol is doing. And then you have Origin Protocol, not to be confused with Orion Protocol, which is decentralized marketplaces and NFTs. And then finally you have NKN, which is trying to create a new decentralized internet from the ground up utilizing P2P connections, right? So there you have it, these four. So, I mean, in my opinion, I think they're all fantastic projects. With the exception of NKN, I think I'm more neutral on them, but still, they could definitely gain traction, continue. But the other three I've talked about, especially Enjin, I think they're all great plays. All right. I think that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about. So we could do some Q&A. And today's one of those nights. Today's a White Claw night. So I got my mango here. I just I just spilled all over myself after reading that super chat. First of all, someone asked about, I missed a couple from beginning. Someone asked about Anchor. Someone asked about Luxo. Fabian, the guy behind Luxo, he's a very smart guy, one of the earlier developers of Ethereum. I think a lot of people is looking for him to do something amazing, especially with this new standard, new ERC standard that could be amazing for NFTs. So right now we just have to wait until the project is the chain is done and see. And he has a fantastic partner too. So I think Luxo is still a very good project. The circuit supply is a little iffy, so what you see in CMC is not right. Jeremy Part, I'm gonna take that as a troll super chat, but I'll take it. As for Anchor, I've always said one-click node deployment. It's not revolutionary, not really anything that special, other than it makes it easy for you to run your nodes. So I'm kind of neutral on them. Jeremy also asked, what if Satoshi Nakamoto wakes up from hibernation and rug pulls everyone? He would literally destroy himself. So there would be absolutely no point to that. No point to that. Would you long BTC? No. If you're talking about like creating a long leverage contract or placing a long futures contract or something like that, no. I would just buy and hold, and it's just simple as that. I don't like DSLA. I think it's insurance. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is an insurance play. And I don't like any insurance plays. for this. There's just no way. There's no way they can insure this. There's just no way they could do it. Ben asks, UPI, rescue pet NFTs that can benefit them environmentally, pet collars on the blockchain for pet health vets. You know, there doesn't need to be a crypto for that. That sounds like a good thing. That sounds like something that you would create for Shark Tank, but instead they decided to do a crypto. So I don't know if you really need it or not, but I do own dogs. I love pets, but I don't think you need to have a blockchain for this. 1,400 pre-registered users. Yeah, okay. So IoT devices. Yeah, again, you don't need a blockchain for this. You don't at all. So, but I get if they're doing this just because it's easier to fundraise. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure there's stuff like this already. I'm almost positive there's stuff like that already. Ludens asks, aren't you bullish enough on KuCoin? I'm really bullish on KuCoin. I think it's going to go much higher with this Coinbase IPO. Helium, big on. Ecomi, big on. What happened to Gemini? Yeah, someone sent me something that they weren't supposed to. So I got in touch of Tyler actually responded to my DM. He's like, I'll help you. Something. I'm paraphrasing. But then the support person that got back to me said, we need to investigate more. So he really didn't. But there's another person, Maria, that's looking into it. But unfortunately, she's going to be leaving Gemini in a couple of days. But she's like the head of marketing. But hopefully they can get that wrapped up. I see a lot of people, do retweets or comment that they have problems too. Unfortunately, it seems like all these exchanges are having a huge backlog. Like, I don't know how hard it is to hire like help desk people, because I've worked at help desks where there's like hundreds of people, hundreds of help desks, right? So I don't know if they already have that and you need thousands of people. Well, I mean, these companies could afford it. I don't know why they can't step up and do it. I don't like District 0x. First of all, I don't really understand it. Second of all, I just don't like it. Brian asks about AMP. I think AMP is good, but they have competition. I've come across a few apps that's meant for retail, but that's what AMP is. AMP is a collateralized token for retail for Flexa app. They could really go beyond Flexa, but Flexa is the one that is utilizing them. Basically, things settle instantly. You don't have to wait for 10-minute, block transactions for Bitcoin or anything like that. So once the pandemic dies down, I think it'll catch up. What's up, WRX Pump? It's just an Indian exchange that Binance bought, and as soon as it got listed, it got pumped. It's just simple as that. Decentraland, I like Decentraland. They're the biggest virtual world, and they're one gigantic NFT place, so I really like them. Like them a lot. I like Harmony. I like Cosmos. I got something interesting. So today I oh, go hide that comment. But today I interviewed the CEO, co-CEO, Amrit of Zilliqa. That was a good conversation, good interview. So I'm gonna post that next week. I'm gonna post it first for my Patreon members, but I asked him, like a trick question, and he said Cosmos. I'm not gonna tell you what I asked, but he said Cosmos. Scott David, appreciate that. Any thoughts on Chain Games? You know what? I'm set to talk to CEO of Chain Games tomorrow. I'm not really doing interviews of projects that don't really support, but Chain Games looks interesting enough to me, so I'm gonna interview them. They had quite a dip from the top. That's because they went up so much. They're in esports betting, and they're integrating all these terrific games like Fortnite on them. So Maybe they could pull it off. There's been other projects like this before that have failed miserably, so maybe they could do it. So I'll see. I'll see after I have a chat with them. Smart key. I don't know if I'm thinking about the right one. Oh, this is for the car. Like gather your car data or something. Is that it? No, it's not this one. Oh, I'm thinking about like any key or something like that. Or am I thinking about the right one? No, it is. I am thinking about the right one. Yeah, it is for cars. Yeah. So it's trying to connect DeFi with world of physical assets. Operating Waves blockchain. Who uses Waves these days? But I don't get how, like, I don't get why controlling your cars is considered DeFi. Well, I guess according to this, you could create new short-term loans and stuff like that. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. I guess this could work. There are projects. I mean, there's centralized projects that help you borrow a car from someone else. There's projects you go borrow a car for months. Nothing really like a short-term lease, like a 1-year lease, a 6 months lease. Maybe this could do it. Maybe it could be automated. It could make it better. Maybe. Still seems a little early to me. But okay. What's everyone talking about? Risk Moon. Is that the next safe moon? Is that why everyone's talking about it? B-Pro or Limpo, what's happened with these coins? Well, the market is a little bit weaker. NFT is a little bit weaker, but Limpo is still doing fine. And B-Pro, I know it's come down a little bit. People keep saying it's a FUD or whatever. But quite honestly, I think it's just because it run up so much. And now it's taking a breather. Just kind of like what I showed you guys with chain games, right? It went up so much and now it's coming back down. But even now, you look at it versus before, it's still way higher. So some of these, I know a lot of newcomers want to see that, you hold on to something and it just keeps going up forever. That's just not how it works. It doesn't matter how much something pumps. Eventually it'll stop and take a breather. The best thing is if you do have a good project, if it comes down, it's not going to come down to where it started. It'll stop maybe halfway, 3/4, consolidate, and then it'll keep going. And it keeps doing that, right? So you can't have the expectation that something, no matter how hot, is going to go up forever and forever and forever. Even look at XRP. Despite the fact a lot of people thought it was just going to go like this, straight up to the moon. It's taking a breather right now too. Bull diamond hands, I don't know what you asked. Ask it again. Christopher asked about Yield App. Do you think it has a chance? It has to offer something that others don't. And right now, I think they offer the highest Ethereum interest. So that got them a lot of attention. But yeah, if they can't beat on interest versus all the other big players like Celsius or BlockFi, or even projects like Kava, for example, who's giving insane interest right now. If you can't beat them, then yeah, they're not going to be able to compete. Cosmos, I don't think so. I don't think it is. Just listen to Rue. He's an ambitious, confident guy and a very smart guy. When it comes to small cap, the only thing you can really judge is the traction and the team. When it comes to ultra small cap, right? So if you look at it, they have traction, they're cash flow positive, and Rue is working very hard, and he works at 2 projects too. So I don't know how you can argue with that. INX, well, they're doing their security token. I don't know how successful it's going to be. What do you think about Alien Worlds? Someone asked me that this morning. I didn't even look at it. There's too many NFT stuff like that. Okay, now people are trying to take advantage, trying to do gaming NFTs and gaming NFT staking. There's just like so much out there. I don't know what's gonna be successful or not anymore, but you know the big ones like, for example, Enjin or Decentraland, or even someone like Chili's, which I know is down, but I have a good feeling that they will come back. A lot of these big players, I think they're here to stay. But all these new guys, I don't know. There's just too many at this point. Madison, yep. Thank you. What do you think about Elastos? I have not kept up with them. I have not kept up with Elastos. So I do know that Nulls is coming back. So I'm keeping a close eye on Nulls. They're still above $1, I believe. And that is very fantastic. So, and a lot of the other ones from 2017, like Neo has come back because people are excited about Neo 3.0. Zilliqa, which is why I did an interview today. They're coming back in a big way, but I don't know about Elastos anymore. Enjin 2025. They could possibly do it. 25 is tough, though. You got to look at the competition. The competition is, let's just say 5 billion plus. And Enjin is about 2 billion. So for them to double, they could do it. But, you know, these guys are up here for a reason. So, you know, maybe like something like Tron falls back down, or Filecoin falls back down, or something like that. Maybe. I don't like New Cipher, so your question of it can run up. I don't know. Hellcat, Bitcoin. I know you. I saw you got off the Harmony bandwagon. I think that's a mistake. There's a lot. The market has a lot of great projects, a lot of fantastic leaders. You know, not everyone's gonna survive, but the ones that do will become huge. The powerhouses of the future. I don't think so, Hellcat. I don't think so. Sandbox is also very promising. Anything under the Animoca brands, I think, will have a bright future. Maybe it's not reflected right now, but I think Yatsu is a pretty smart guy. I think he'll figure things out. Jeremy asks, can Elastos come back from $8? I don't know. The fundamentals there? I don't know if the fundamentals are there. Did they do everything they were promising to do? Because I know once back upon a time, I saw that they just really created a foundation, and they kind of just stepped away and said the communities go take it because it's open source now or something. I don't know. I don't know how much development they really had over the years. So I don't know. I do know that Nulls is fully developed, so I think Nulls has a really good chance of coming up. If it does, it's go fly. That's what I think. Voyager does have XRP, but if you're in the US, you can't buy it. Milsner asks, according to the 50-25-25 rule, after last altcoin pump, should I rebalance my portfolio to stay at 50? Yeah, and the whole point is you should do 50-25-25, right? Now, if altcoins pump up so much that Bitcoin allocation becomes smaller, let's say 45%, 40%, you know, it's up to you, right? But the safest thing to do is to rebalance to back to 50%. Because there are some great days, fantastic days when altcoins runs up, but there's also some not so good days. And Bitcoin does give you that stability, so it's really up to you, but it has served many well so far. Dr. Crypto, appreciate that. I'm set to have an interview with I forgot the CEO of Hashgraph. Mancy, or starts with an M. But I'm set to talk to him tomorrow too, so we'll see. Chili's I like a lot. CTSI, I don't know. I forgot what Cartesi. I don't remember them. Smart contracts with Python. Why do you need this box? decentralized computational oracle for Ethereum. So, yeah. So no. I don't trust any oracles outside of Chainlink at this point. Chiliz versus Flow. That's a good one. Flow, if it was available on the U.S. exchanges, it would blow up. It would blow up, but it's not. That's the only problem holding it back. But despite that, Top Shots is still like on fire. So I don't know. Short term, I think Chili's maybe doing better. But long term, I think Flow is going to be doing much better. I think Flow is fantastic. BitShares is a dead project. You know, any project that Dan Larimer leaves, just get out of it immediately. You'll do yourself. Yeah, it's not. When you're talking about UDT, I'm guessing you're talking about Unlocked Token, which I think it has good promise. It's still very early, but I think it has very good promise. In fact, I just covered them in Patreon recently too. Land Cruiser. What about Land Cruisers? You know, there used to be a guy named Pedro that shows up once in a while, and all he would ever show is quant. And unfortunately, I don't know why he doesn't show anymore or show up anymore. Maybe because I made fun of quant too much. But overall, I think quant is a pretty good project. It's meant for businesses. They have a lot of good things going. They have good team members. It's one of those projects just no one talks about. It's just no one really talks about. Hellcat, do you remember him? He used to be in all the time. What do you think about Swissborg creating Euro stablecoin? I don't know. Do we need another stablecoin that's backed by euros instead of USD? I don't know. I guess enough European businesses want it. Dent, I turned the corner on Dent because I was very negative on them for a while. And then I, really did a deep dive on them and saw that they have done very well over the years. They've really, really, really tried to grow their mobile network, put great use cases for Dent token itself. So I've turned the corner, and they have done very well this year too. So yeah, they're 1.4 billion. So not too shabby. They're not all the way to the top. They were really, really hyped up in 2017, 18. But, they're coming back. I looked into Unibright. I didn't really find anything that interesting about Unibright, to be honest. Layer 2. I like Hikomi. I like Hikomi a lot. I think licensing will be a big thing for NFTs. Right now, you don't really hear about licensing issues. I think in the future, I think you have to worry about it. So licensing is a big thing. Jeremy, I really appreciate that. I don't know. I spend so much time in front of a computer creating videos. I don't know how how much time I'm actually spending with them, but I appreciate that. Ryan asks, 3 long-term projects, solid fundamentals. I've done so many recently, so many altcoins I like, but if you had to force me to pick 3, like this is outside of Bitcoin. Like I have Bitcoin and I can only pick 3 more. I would put Binance Coin as one of them. It's a toss-up between Theta and VeChain. I would probably go with... I can't decide between these two because if I select both of them, then I lose my third spot. It'll be either VeChain or Theta, and number 3 would be something like... I guess KuCoin token. Maybe like not, we're talking about like, short term. All right, no, take that back. If we're talking about long term, it will not be KuCoin token. it would be something more like, I'd say flow, something like that. So if it's long term and you can't change, it would probably be those three. But short term, I would replace flow with something else like KuCoin token because I think it'll go up much faster. All right, I think that's it. Christopher, appreciate that. I've been streaming for quite some time, so I appreciate you sticking with me this whole time. No, you can't. I'll take a look at it, but there's no way it could be undervalued compared to BNB. There's a reason why BNB is at number 3, because they have built a whole ecosystem that is powered by BNB. There's no way this competes. Hikofi? Okay. Well, how does this compete with Binance Chain? All right, guys, that's it. So, Bitcoin's coming up a little bit. That's good. Like I said, be careful. Do not be greedy. Do not go leverage longs because you will get liquidated. But overall, I think it's one of those times. It's a gift. It's a buying opportunity, right? There's a lot of altcoins and Bitcoin on sale, so take advantage when you can. But, you know, today, Coinbase, 4 more new coins being added. They'll start trading on the 9th. Enjin, 1inch, Orion, and NKN. And I think they're all pretty good. 3 out of the 4 is pretty good. 1 I'm neutral on, but I think it still has potential. So overall, yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. Make sure you check out Georgecoin. I created some benefits of Georgecoin, and you can read all about that on CryptosRUs.com. Also, of course, check out my 5 ETH giveaway on my Twitter page, so make sure you follow me on Twitter. Outside of that, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. No more clues, but, you know, honestly, I've been giving such good clues. If you guys just think about it, 3 characters long, and think about what I've been showing you guys, and you could really just figure it out.